A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of Christopher Arts and Science College, I'm happy to welcome our beloved chief guest, Dr. J. Ruby ma'am, to the webinar. I welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us in the online platform. I'm Nibisha, second BSc Computer Science, Christopher Arts and Science College, Surangudi. We are here to give a webinar on a one-day workshop on exploring Python basics. To begin this program, I invite Mrs. Cheryl Skyman, Head of the Department of Computer Science, to deliver the welcome address.
Distinguished delegates and participants, a very good morning to one and all present here. I am Mrs. Cheryl Skyman, Head of the Department of Computer Science. It is a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes on behalf of Department of Computer Science, Christopher Arts and Science College, Women, Naganeri. I welcome you all for the workshop on exploring Python basics. Before starting the workshop, I would like to welcome our resource person, Dr. J. Ruby, Associate Professor of Computer Applications, Saratoga College, for taking her precious time out and gracing the occasion with her presence. Welcome, ma'am. Next, I would like to welcome our respected Chairman, Dr. Praveen Christopher, our respected Secretary, Mrs. Angel Praveen, our beloved Principal, Dr. Rosen Jason, and our college management trustees for giving us this consent as well as the complete creative freedom. I extend my warm welcome to the attendees from various colleges and various places. I would like to welcome our college professors who are in the pillars of our college. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome our department students for this thought-provoking workshop. It is the time to introduce the resource person of this workshop, Dr. J. Ruby. She is the Associate Professor of Computer Applications with 20 years of experience. She has published 14 international publications and has presented 12 research papers in various national and international conferences. She has participated in more than 50 workshops, seminars, and conferences. She has guided more than 15 MPhil scholars. She has been the resource person and guest lectures in several workshops and seminars. She is also a skilled trainer and has conducted several training programs. She has also served as the coordinator of various committees. It is a privilege to have such a wonderful person here. We are very grateful for accepting our invitation and marking your presence here.
Now it's time to start our seminar. So I hand over this session to our chief guest, Dr. J. Ruby ma'am.
Thank you so much. A very good morning to one and all present. I take this opportunity to thank Almighty God for giving me this opportunity to participate and to be a resource person in this one-day workshop on exploring Python basics. And also, I'd like to thank the management, the principal, the head of the Department of Computer Science, and the staff in charge who have taken all the steps and all the pain to conduct this kind of one-day workshop for the benefit of the students. And I would like to thank all the students who are just going to participate in this workshop. It's just a way of introducing myself and for thanking all the dignitaries who have given me this opportunity. So now it's going to be so informal, I think. So I'll be just connecting myself. I have connected myself through the mobile now, and I just wanted to connect through my laptop also, because then only I'll be able to share my presentation as well as I can run the programs and show you. So I believe. I'll just take a minute.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, I'll just connect through my laptop, ma'am. Can you just admit me because I'll be just connecting to the same name, I think. So I'll be
Yeah,
just.
okay, ma'am. Okay, okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Good morning.
சொல்லுங்க ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, lab la வந்து connect ஆகல. I'll just go with my system. I'll just try to install Python there. So I have got a help from another one person. So they'll be doing. In the meantime, I'll be just presenting the slides. I'll be just having one couple of slides for saying about the theory. So I'll start
Okay,
with.
ma'am. Okay.
In the
Okay,
meantime,
ma'am.
fine, okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, students. Thank you so much for your patience. I'll try to share my PowerPoint here. So you all know what is the programming. So why we need to go for a programming? So, somebody can unmute and say. So you all know what is the programming. So we all know that in life, everything in this world is controlled by a programming. So for example, if you see that if I want to prepare a very small thing, so every morning we'll be having a cup of tea. So if I want to prepare a cup of tea or coffee, I need to do a program. Like,
Excuse me, ma'am. You're not at all audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, good morning. Your voice is breaking here.
Ma'am? Ma'am, we could not hear you, ma'am. You there? Serubi, ma'am? Ma'am, we could not hear your voice. Are you there? Yeah, I think network is short.
Is it audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're audible.
Okay, okay. Just I'll try to do the presentation for just for 5 to 10 slides. I'll be just speaking what Python, why we need to go for Python. So we have so many programming languages. So if possible, I try to share the presentation. So I'm trying to share. If I share this, the Zoom comes out. So there is a technical issues here. So because of that, I'll just say, you just listen, okay? And after that, I'll share the PPT. After a couple of minutes, I'll be just sharing the PPT. Okay. So we all know that each and every problem in the world has a particular solution. So whatever may be the problem, we are having a solution. So how to go with the solution? So that's the question. So I have given an example. So if there is any problem, you just let me know. Okay. So I have taken a simple example, like right in the morning, everybody would be having a cup of coffee or tea. So if we want to prepare a cup of coffee or tea, we'll be doing a set of tasks. So we'll be just trying to we'll be just trying to prepare the coffee by using we'll be having some steps for preparing the coffee. So first of all, what you'll be doing, you'll be just searching for the ingredients. So what are the ingredients I need to add? So we'll just take up all the ingredients, and after that you'll be just do a task like I'll be just heating the milk, I'll be taking the sugar, I'll be taking the I'll be just putting the coffee powder, and I'll just try to mix it. So if I'm a sugar patient, what I'll do, I'll not put the sugar. So if I love sugar, what I will do, I'll put more amount of sugar. So these are the things we'll be doing. These are the tasks we'll be doing. So that is the thing. So each and every problem. So coffee making is a problem. It is having a solution. So similarly, if you take the world is made up of objects. So each and everything, if you take everything is an object. So these objects have a problem in the form of again objects. So each and every problem in the world is again having a solution in the form of a object. So all are objects. The solution is also an object. So people started thinking, what instead of human, what a computer can do for the problem. What are the different things I can give to the computer so that the computer can find the solution for the problem. So that is what the people started to think, and after that they have come out with the solution. Okay, so they have come out with a solution. That is what we say it is a programming language. So I'll just try to share my presentation. I have downloaded the I have downloaded my presentation. So I'll be just sharing it with you. Okay. So the presentation comes now. So you can see the presentation now. So what I have said now, that that is a task. Once I thought of giving a solution using the using computer. At the time, what the thing is, the computer cannot understand my language. So the computer can understand only the language which is a machine language. So it can understand only zeros and one. So, but I can understand only a English language. So what the people started thinking is they just wanted to have a programming language, and they devise so many languages. Suppose if you are in the first year, you know some language like C. If you are in the second year, you know some language like C, C++. And if you are doing your PG, you know more number of languages like C, C++, .NET, and so many other things you know. So so many other things you know. Nowadays people started talking about so famous the language is Python language. So why we need to go for Python language? So we have so many languages like C, C++, so many languages are there. So why we need to go in for Python language? So if the students are more comfortable with Tamil and English, I'll just slightly I'll just be bilingual. Okay. Uh, so why we need to have Python programming language? Even though we have so many languages, why we need to go in for Python language? So Python, if you take Python, it's very easy to write. First of all, it's very easy. So you people need not worry about the thing. It's very easy for you. Second thing is it takes the syntax from basic languages like C and other languages. And if you take whether it is suitable for functional language like C, yes, Python is so flexible like other program languages like C, that is a functional language or procedural language, say. And people say about C++, object-oriented programming, Java, object-oriented programming. So those things are very good, they say. So again, if you take Python, it also supports object-oriented programming language. So then people may say, oh, no, PHP is very good language. It is a scripting language. So people may say like that. So again, if you take Python, it supports scripting. So again, you may say that, no. If you take some other language like Java, it supports database application. So now, you know that your Python supports again databases. So whatever may be the thing which the other languages have, everything is present in Python. So everything is present in Python. And then another ரொம்ப important நம்ம சொல்லுவோம்ல, very important aspect is that Python is an open source. So you need not pay somebody for using Python. So easily you can download and use Python. So that is the advantage of using Python. So next thing is I just wanted to say who actually is the man behind Python. So we know that we have to use Python because Python is having so many advantages. So it is an open source. It supports all platforms. That is again another one thing. So I have only Windows system. So you have Windows system, Python is supporting that. So you may say that I have only Mac system. Okay, good. You can use Mac system for using Python. So Python is a very good language. It supports all platforms. So the thing is, so who is the good man behind this Python language? Who designed this Python language? So he is none other than Von Rossum. I may be explaining it differently. He is Guido von Rossum. He designed it right in the 1980s. He worked on that, and in 1989 he was able to come up with Python. But in 1991 only they have officially released Python. So that is the thing. In 1991 only they have officially released Python. So it was just having all the features of other previously available languages. So as I said, no, that Python is very easy, and it supports different type of programming: functional programming, object-oriented programming, database programming. So all things it supports. So that is the advantage of using Python. So in nutshell, சிம்பிளா நம்ம சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா, Python is the high level language and it is interpreted language. So many languages are said as interpreted languages. Some languages are said as object oriented, compiled language. So if you take Python is the interpreted language. Okay, and it supports object orientedness. So we say object is an Python is a object oriented programming language. Okay, so I have said no. Python is a very famous language and it supports more things. So where are the what are the different applications of Python? Where we can apply Python? So we can create simple desktop applications, simple applications you can develop. And suppose if you want to use a web application, you want to develop a web application, Python supports web application. Suppose if you want to have a database application, Python supports database application. Gaming programming you can do. And nowadays we are so famous with data analytics and machine learning, artificial intelligence. So these things you can do. So everything can be done by using um, Python. So artificial intelligence applications you can do, IoT applications we can do, anything we can do by using this Python. So that is the beautifulness of Python. So we people are going to study what is Python today. So we have so many versions. We have so many versions of Python. So I have listed out Python 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. So in various years, they have introduced these Python versions. ஏன் வந்து நிறைய versions வந்து they are developing. So that is important. So each and every version would be having its own advantages. Okay, I have installed in my laptop 3.7 version. So you can go for 3.6.9 and other versions. Okay, other versions also you can go. So these are the various versions you have. So where you can go and download your Python software. So we know why we need to study Python, because Python is having a lot of advantages. We are exploring Python. Okay, so we are exploring Python. We are exploring Python. So I have shown you the website where you have to go and download your software. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the website where you can go and you can download it. Okay. So the latest version 3.6.3. After that we have 3.7. Even I am having only 3.7. So you can download that also. So while you are downloading the software, I mean for the first years and second years who are not much familiar with the softwares, first of all you should know what your system is. If you know your system, then only you can download accordingly. So if your system is a 64-bit system, you have to download the software of a 64-bit. If it is 32-bit, you have to download the 32-bit software. So you have to be clear. So here it is shown no that it is 32-bit. If it is 32-bit, you cannot install it in 64-bit. Sorry, if it is a 32-bit, you can install in 64-bit. But if it is a 64-bit, you cannot install in 32-bit. அதனால அந்த வெர்ஷன் வந்து நல்லா பார்த்துக்கோ. உங்களோட சிஸ்டம் பத்தி தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க first. Just know about your system, and after that you can install. You can download the software and you can install. Okay, so while just clickness process தான். Click பண்ணி next போட வேண்டிய process தான். It is not a very big task. Just press click next, and it's simple installation. You can just install. So this is going to be it is going to give you a shell prompt only. Shell prompt you should have seen in Linux operating system. So you'll be having a shell prompt. In the shell prompt will be just working. So Python is like that only. And suppose if you want to have a GUI, graphical user interface, then you have to download softwares accordingly. So you have more number of softwares. One of the example I have listed here. It is PyCharm. PyCharm is PyCharm. PyCharm. PyCharm is a graphical user interface. So you can run your Python application using that PyCharm IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So you can use that also for developing your Python programming. So we all have now understood what is Python, why we need to go in for Python. Since it is having so many advantages, we go in for Python. And we have now seen where to go and download, and how to download the software and install. So the development environment is three things. I just wanted to move to my system where I have the Python, and I just wanted to connect. So I'll be just connecting using another ID. Okay, ma'am? I'll be just connecting through another ID because I'm not sure whether I can connect with the same ID. In the meantime, I'll just proceed with the things. அப்படியே நான் present பண்ணிட்டே அப்படியே வந்துட்டு I'll just try to connect. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So we know that Python developing environment is we can do it in Python programming three ways. One is the shell prompt. So you'll be having a shell prompt. So I have the screenshot because I know that always technology fails. So I have taken the screenshots for you, but I'll try to make it online. Okay. So we have a interactive interpreter. So can anybody say what is actually the difference between interpreter? We have used the term interpreter. So Python is an interpreter. So I don't want to make the students worry. So I'm just going to go like that. Okay. Interpreter is nothing but the program is that is it is executed line by line. So if you have an error in a particular line, it will stop there and will say an error. Suppose if it is a compiler, it will compile the whole program. So that is the thing. So you'll be having line by line interpretation as far as Python is concerned. So we'll be having a prompt as you have in Linux. So I'll just zoom it and show you. So you'll be having a prompt. Okay, it is 3.7 version. I have installed the 32-bit version. So it is showing Python 3.7 32-bit. And you have three right side arrow marks. So that is your prompt where you can directly execute the program. So where you can execute the program directly. So we'll be just giving commands line by line. So one line it executes in the command prompt. So in the shell, you will be just executing one command at a time. Suppose if I want to run a set of code, suppose if I have 10 lines, if I want to do that, at the time I'll be using the second method or the third method. So what we have seen, the second method is using a script file, or I'll be just using my IDE to develop my script file. So I'll be just going in for script file, or I'll be using my IDE to develop the script file. So you'll be having some 10 lines or 50 line program you can have. So I'll just show the screenshot. So while you are installing this, the IDE will also be installed for you. So I'll be just showing you within a couple of minutes. I'll just show you. Okay. So this is your IDE. So in the IDE, you can have the menus. So in the menu, you can see there is a what is that menu called file. Are you able to see it? So you have a menu called file. You have a menu called edit. So in the file menu, you can just click in the new file. You can type out the 10 statements or the 5 statements you are in need of. So you just type all the lines and then save the file with the extension py and just you execute the program. So for execution, you have a shell, no, there you can go and execute your program. And also we have debug for checking your module, whether it is working correct, and you can run the program. So we have seen two things. One is by executing single line command of Python using a shell prompt. So shell prompt I have already shown, no? I have already shown you know that the previous slide. In the previous slide, I have shown you know. So that one. So second one is you have now here you could see that in the in run you have this run module and check module. It depends upon the version. So what version you are going to use, depending upon the version you will be just having. In 3.8.3 we have this run module, check module, Python shell. So while you are running the program, we can use this. Okay, so I'll show you how to run the program if you have multiple line Python program. So third thing I have said, no, that we can use an IDE for saving the program and for running. So that you can do. That's very simple. So next one is how to write a Python program. So it is going to be very simple. First, it is very, very simple language and easy language, so you can easily use it. So here you could see that it is a two-line program. So the first line is A is equal to, we have given hello world, and then second line is print A. So these are the two statements. So if you want to make it so simple, you can just print double quotes hello world. That's it. So save the program in a file name called sample.py, and you can run the program. So this is how you'll be running the program by saving the command in a Python file. Instead of that, what you can also do is you can directly in the prompt you can type the command and you can run. Alex. Okay, so you can do that also. Okay, I just wanted to try to come in my system so that I can run the program and show you. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
மேம் இன்னொரு சிஸ்டம்ல நான் வந்திருக்கேன். அதுல வந்து ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்றேன். சோ நீங்க அதுல ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணி விடுவீங்களா? நான் இத வந்து க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுறேன்.
மேம் இத வந்து நீங்க ஸ்டாப் ஷேரிங் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அதுல நீங்க ஷேர் பண்ணிடுவீங்க.
ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அதுல ஷேர். ஓகே.
ஆமா ஆமா.
So you have let all the Eric chat. So I am going to share my screen. I hope I am audible.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, because I am speaking through the mobile and I am connected to the system. Okay. So if any problem, you just let me know.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the area where we are just going to try. உடனே current போயிடுது. Okay, ma'am, this I'll try to share from here itself. Correct. So there is a problem. So I'll just share my screen itself.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Yes, I have muted myself. So it's not audible. Wait a minute, I'll just try to share my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
இதுல வந்து இது இல்லைல்ல, தயவு செய்து கரண்ட்டை மட்டும் ஆஃப் பண்ணான்னு சொல்லுங்க. ஒரு அப்படியா? Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
மேம் நீங்க வந்துட்டு என்ன அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் லெட்டின் பண்ணுவீங்களா? இப்ப இதுல வந்து ஷேர் ஆகல, ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகல.
இல்ல இதுல ஷேர் ஆகல.
Or is great 23 hashes. ஹலோ,
உங்க லேப் ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகுது மேம்.
என்னோட லேப் ஆக்சுவலி இல்ல, இது வந்து ஆக்சுவலி சிஸ்டம்ல ஒர்க் பண்றேன். என்னோட லேப்ல தான் இன்னைக்கு காலையில என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு தெரியல, திடீர்னு ஜூம் வந்து ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ண மாட்டேங்குது. So I have everything, all the things present in my lap. My lap is not working. Lap is working, but the Zoom is not working in my lap.
Okay,
so okay, right, ma'am. We used to use only Google Meet. We don't use Zoom. So Zoom வந்து திடீர்னு இன்னைக்கு ஏதோ ஒர்க் ஆகாம போயிடுச்சு, அதனால ப்ராப்ளம் ஆயிடுச்சு. So I have installed here in my system Python 9.7. So girls, if you want to use Python, you have to type it in the run window Python. So in run, if you give Python, it will show you the prompt. So here you have the prompt. You can see the prompt. So this is the area where you can directly type and execute your Python program. So if you just give print hello world, that's it. So that's how you'll be just executing. So single line commands can be executed by using the Python prompt. And you can also see that you'll be having the IDE here. So you could see the IDE here. So this is the IDE environment where we can type our program and save the program. So here you have the file. So you just put new file. So in the new file, you can just type whatever the things you want. So we have actually we can have a particular sentence like this, and we can just give A here. So there is no need for putting any semicolon or something like that in Python program. So you save this program. Suppose if you want to save it in your own folder, you can create your own folder here. So Christopher College, so you just put CC and there you can save your program. So while you are saving the program, put it as PY extension, put a double quotes here and double quotes here. Why I am putting this, otherwise you will be just having the T, sometimes you may have a .txt file extension. So you just save this. So we have saved the file, and here you could see this is 3.9 version. Just now I have downloaded. So this is 3.9 version. So you can see here run module, check module, run customized, and Python shell. So it is better you just check module. You just check the module. So there is no error. So it is not saying error. Suppose if I am making an error, you just see here. I just put like this. So check module, you just check your module, so it will say an error. So there is a missing parenthesis in the print statement is saying. So what you have to do is you have to correct your errors and then save the program and you just check the module. So while there is no error, then directly it goes to the shell. Then you can run your module and see. So you get the result. I think the size is very small, so I'll make it a little. So I have to make it here. So I just. So I have to make this as a. If it is a system, I can do it. I think it's okay for you. Is it visible? Because in the mobile, it will be very small. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, right. So we can just run simple programs like this. So I'll be just sharing my presentation also here. So there we have programs. So I'll just directly do the programs here. I don't want to make the, I don't want to waste your time because already I have wasted your time, I think. For a couple of minutes I have wasted for you. So directly we can type what are the things we want. So here I just wanted to introduce for you what A is. So you all know that A is the place where you are storing some value. In computers, suppose if you are doing any program, in that case, we have to store the values because in coffee preparation, we know that these are the ingredients and we have to keep the ingredients so that we can add those ingredients in a particular place. Similarly, we have to have all the values for your task and then you have to store the result or the resultant product somewhere. So we need places for storing. For storage space only, we have given a name here because this name is not going to get stored as name in computer. It will be stored in the form of bits in computer. But we people cannot remember any that is numbers. So we are just storing it in the form of a name because that is very easy for us to remember. So the high level programming language has no machine code like 10s, but it will be having some names which will be easily remembering. Okay, so so A is nothing but the memory area where you will be storing the values. So next thing is what are the things I can have. So suppose you have A here. So I just wanted to make the difference between small a and capital A. Suppose if I print a small a, what happens? Let us see. So I'll be just trying to run the module. So here see that there is difference between capital A and small a. So we have come to a conclusion that this Python is a case sensitive language. Capital A is different from small a. So the thing we have learned is the Python is a case sensitive language. Capital A வேற small a வந்து வேற. So அப்படி நம்ம வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். So இதுல வந்து நீங்க ரிசல்ட் வந்து நீங்க இப்ப பார்க்கலாம். So I'll just try to run the program. So now you could see these things. So we should know how to name the name the spaces where we are just storing the value. So naming is very, very important. So that we say it is identifier. You all know. So what are the different data types that Python supports? So we have so many data types that Python supports. I'll be just sharing the PowerPoint for you so that you can easily follow that PowerPoint. So here you have your data types. So here are the data types we have. So we all know that integer, float, and complex or numbers it support. Apart from that, Python supports unique data types like a list, tuple, set, dictionary. So these are the various data types which other programming languages don't support. So Python supports this types of this type of what is that? Data types, different data types. We are just going to rush up with the data types. So what are the different data types we have? I don't want to make it more for you because you all know what is the data type. I just wanted to explain you only one thing, what is so exclusive in Python. Pythonல என்ன எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவா இருக்கோ அதை மட்டும் நான் உங்களுக்கு வந்து சொல்லுவேன். ஏன்னா because you know what is a numeric variable. அது எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும்ல. So I'm just going to just specify what is so unique. So you just see B is equal to 12, C is equal to 13.5. Here we need not specify what actually the data type is. It will directly take what the data type is. Okay, so we need not worry about data types present. Okay, just we'll print the value. So these are all you know. So I have used three data types. One is 12 as an integer, float, then 13.5 as a float number, and then we'll just try to have another one variable e is equal to 3 plus 1i. So we'll just try to have a complex number. So the format of complex number, I don't know, maybe this may be an error. This may be an error for us. Okay, so actually I got a power shutdown again. So anyway, I'll just make it up. So we have declared 4 variables. We have declared 4 variables. B, C, E, and D. So among this, ma'am, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So this is the way we have to declare the variables. And the thing is, you can, what I mean to say is, you can delete the location, which we usually don't do in other languages. If I want to have the memory location for only 4 variables, I can do it for a particular time. And after that, if I don't need the variables, I can just delete it. As we do in C++ programming, we'll be just deleting those variables, like a destructor will delete, no? So we can delete it. We can delete it. So that is the unique thing that is present in your Python. So for that, we'll be using del variable name, comma variable name. I will be saying, and after that, I will be just sharing. Okay, del variable name, comma variable name you can use. Okay. So next one is I'm just going to say you about strings. I don't want to share it here because I'll be sharing in the. So you have to share it. So share that. Your screen is fast. New share. So I'm just using 3 systems now. So I believe that you people will be seeing a PowerPoint and So I think now you have the presentation now. Next thing we are just going to see is string. So whenever I have a drop or a drop in the power, I'll be just moving out of the running window, because ஒரு சிஸ்டத்துல தான் எனக்கு வந்து இப்போதைக்கு பைத்தான் ரன் ஆகுது. அதனால அந்த சிஸ்டம் பைத்தான் ரன் ஆகுறது மட்டும் உங்களுக்கு பிரேக் ஆகலாம், சரியா? பட் நான் சொல்றது வந்து உங்களுக்கு கேட்டு தான் இருக்கும். ஓகே, ரைட். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் டேட்டா டைப் வந்து டெல். இதுல வந்து நீங்க பாத்துக்கலாம், தட் இஸ் டேட்டா டைப்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம டெல் பண்றதுக்கு we are just using del a1 comma b1. So you can delete those variables. The variables வந்து வேண்டாம்னு சொன்னா you can delete the variables. So that is the thing. So next one is string. So next one is string. String is nothing but string is a collection of variables. Again, it is a collection of variables. So you'll be having a wait a minute, just I'll try to share it. Okay. String is a collection of characters. So here also we are having the same string, but we have some unique features. So I'm just going to say you about the unique features alone. So the unique features are you can just slice the string that is present in other languages also, like finding the substring. So other languages have that, but we have we can just repeat the strings by using operators like star operator. Just I'll be just sharing. You don't worry. You just listen to me, and after that I'll just share the presentation as well as the we'll just see the software. Okay. In the software also we can run and see. Okay. Okay. So here I'm just going to go to the Python. So today a lot of problems because of this power. Python IDE, go to IDE and there you have the problem. Here you can just open your file. Just we have saved the file in CC. So you can open your sample file and you can type over here, because I have not saved it. So it went off, okay. C is equal to 34. Then what you can do is you can del B comma C. And if we try to print the value of B, it will say an error for us, because we have not, we have deleted. Actually, we have deleted B value. So it is not, it's saying an error for us. So we can remove the spaces like this. And now we are just going to see what is that strings. I have shown you this one, and now we will be just seeing strings. So where is string? Yes, it's here. So in string, we can say that we can just print the value, we can extract a character, we can do like slicing from 2 to 5, we can slice, and we can repeatedly display the string. And even you can have a multiple line string stored in a single variable. That also we can do. So I'll just try to type something, 1 or 2 string variables I will just creating for you. So already we have created A is equal to hello Python. So that is a string variable. So we can have something like, so something like C is equal to, we'll have a string, and we'll just try to print C star Q. We'll just try to do this. I'm just going to delete this because it will create an error for us. So we are just checking the module. So it's not having any error. We can run the module and see. So you could see that it gets repeated 2 times because we are repeating it. So similarly, we can have a variable which has multiple lines of values. This is multiple line. So we can go to the next line. This is second line. You can write. So you just save or just you just run the module. So run and see the module. It gets saved. Suppose if you print the value and see, you can see the value. Okay. So this is a multiple line string, which we will not be using in other programming languages. So next one we are just going to see is the unique data types. So here we are just having a unique data types like list, tuple, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So list, tuple, and set are a similar data type, but it is having slight variations. So we'll just we are just going to see how to create a list, how to create a tuple, and how to create a set. Okay, so these three are very similar, but having slight differences. So உங்களோட applicationக்கு தேவையான நேரம் தேவையான data type யூஸ் பண்ணணும். Okay, that's what it is given 3. ஏன் மூணுன்னு போடணும், மூணும் சேம் தானே அப்படி சொல்லி நீங்க கேட்கலாம். But depending upon the application, you will be using different data types. First one is list. List is the very simple data type which we can easily create so we have a concept called array in other programming languages, but we have a list here. Here also you have arrays. List ko array ko enna difference அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, so in case of array you will be storing similar data type, but in the case of list you can store different data types. So we can just print the list and see. We can just print the list. Yeah, some error. Don't copy from somewhere and put, so it will always create a problem for us. So it's better we just remove the spaces here. நீங்களே அடிங்க, அப்போ வந்து உங்களுக்கு என்னைக்குமே error வராது. So suppose if you copy from some places, then we'll always get an error. So right, good. So it's coming. So இப்போ வந்துட்டு you just run and see. So this is your list. So list is nothing but you'll be having different data types together. Similarly, we can create a tuple. Tuple also the very same thing, but we will be using only this bracket. We will be using instead of the square brackets, we using the you'll be using parentheses. Okay, so that is actually the difference. So we can just see. So we are just getting it. So we'll just create a set. So set is nothing but, suppose you imagine that you are having a set of values. So that set of values should be unique. But in the case of list and tuple, we can repeat the values. இப்போ வந்துட்டு நான் போடுற வேல்யூஸ் வந்து நான் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணலாம் லிஸ்ட் அண்ட் டியூபிள்ல வந்து, but you cannot repeat the value in set. So you'll be having unique values in set. For example, weeks of a day. So it is going to be unique. So in that case, we'll be just using. So I would putting Monday, Tuesday. That will not be repeating. No, we will not be repeating anything. So in that case, we'll be using set. So depending upon the application, we can use different things. So here we'll be using the flower brackets or the braces. Will be the same braces. No, we'll be using that. So yeah. So we can just see. We can just run and see. So this is how your list will look, and your tuple will look, and your set will look. So next one, next data type is dictionary data type. So dictionary data type is a different data type which will be having a key value pair. So whenever we need to go in for a key value pair, then only we'll be using the dictionary. So I have given some examples where you can work it on list. So how to create a list, how to do slicing work, how to concatenate list, how to repeatedly print the list. So this is very similar to what we have done in string. So I have not repeated this. Suppose if you want to print the list in reverse order, then we start with the negative index. So suppose if I use a negative index, then my this will start in this gets printed in reverse order. So let us test that alone. If unique irukko adu mattum nama test pannalam. Others we will others you can work it and see later. Okay. So since Python is a case sensitive language, always make sure that you are putting the correct things. Okay. So I think there is no error. So there is no error. So we have to run and see. whether it's get printed list 1, have we created list 1? So that is the last one. It last usually it starts from the first index. First index is 0. So let me show you. That is the first index is 0. Suppose if I put -1, it prints the last element. -1 means last element. So I'll be just showing it again. Reverse. From the reverse, it will be coming. If it is -1, it is the last element. You just see this is the last element. It gets printed. 0 is the first element. So we will be just starting from this. Suppose if I put print list, it will be listing the whole list. It will be listing the whole set of values in the list. எல்லாத்தையுமே print பண்ணும் எப்பனா list 1 போட்டா நீங்க index போட்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னா அந்த indexல உள்ள value வந்து print ஆகும். Index வந்து always starts with 0. Suppose if you want to have the last value displayed, then you can directly give the list 1 of 3 nu neenga kudukalam, list 1 of -1 nu kudukalam. Rendume same da. So similarly we are having tuple. So what are the different operations you can do on tuple? Adhe pora slicing and listing out some values, and we can repeatedly print the elements. So ellame neenga vandu alla ulla mariye neenga pannalam. So similarly Python set, already I have said about set. Setla vandu unique ah ulladha mattum na solla poren, because we know how to create a set. So we know the set. So setla vandu enna operations pannalamna, we can add elements, we can remove elements, you can discard elements, you can pop elements. So these are the different things you can do. So what are the things we'll be doing? We'll be adding elements. So already you know that you have a set of values. So in the set we can add value. Okay. So I'll just show 1 or 2 operations. So we have a set over here. Set is, so I'll just go with another new file. So we have a set, we can create a set. S is equal to, we have Monday and Tuesday we have. So this is a set. So what I can do is we will just try to print S, and after that I put a method called add to add Wednesday there, and after that I'll just printing S, and after that what I'll do is S dot remove. So I can remove the values like this. Okay, I can remove the values, and also I can wait a minute. Just we'll try to run the program. I am going to save this as test.py in PC. Okay, so we'll just try to. So we have run the program. It's not giving any error. So we have created and we have added and we have removed. And if you want, you can just print the S again. So Monday gets removed. Similarly, we have unique methods. One of the unique method I just wanted to say is pop method. Usually remove is going to remove the element which you specify. Either you can specify the index of that particular element, or you can specify the name of the element. Both ways you can remove from your set. Another method is pop. So let us see what this pop is doing. So this is a unique method which is present in your set data type. So we'll just see, we'll just print this, because pop will always return a value. So just print this value and see. So I'm doing it fast because I just wanted to, that is compensate the time we have wasted. Okay. So Wednesday is the one. So pop on the malaka ulla element, that is the 0 element vandu adu vandu pop panum. Okay, malaka ulla element vandu ungalku pop panni tharum. So that is what that is actually the uniqueness of set data type. So here I have done the comparison between list, set and tuple. So you have the difference between list, set and tuple. So set is mutable. Mutable means we can change it. List is mutable. You can change the list, and you can create a set from a list, and also you can create a tuple from a list. But reverse learning panna mudiyadhu. Okay, set is mutable. Set is mutable na enna artham, na add panna mudiyum, remove panna mudiyum, ana vandu and value vandu enala maatha mudiyadhu. So and value vandu nama maatha mudiyadhu. Venna, suppose if I don't want the value, I can just remove the value. So I cannot alter the value. So அதுக்கு மெத்தட்ஸ் கிடையாது. So tuple is also immutable. So this list is an ordered collection of items. Suppose if you have an ordered item of collection, use it as a list. அதுதான் மீனிங்ஃபுல். இப்ப நம்ம வந்து சும்மா எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு இப்படி கொடுக்குறோம். பட் சப்போஸ் இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு கிரியேட் a list, list should have an order. For example, banana, apple, orange. So this is a list of fruits. So the லிஸ்ட்டுக்கு வந்து ஒரு மீனிங் இருக்கணும். அதே மாதிரி suppose if you are going to create a set mutable set இருக்கணும். That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You cannot go and alter or do something. So அந்த மாதிரி இருக்க கூடாது. So அதுக்கு நீங்க வந்து you have to use this particular data type. That's what the Python people have developed, so many data types which the applications can use accordingly. Okay, so next one is dictionary. We are just going to see a dictionary. So this is an example of a dictionary where we will be using the very same that is flower brackets like a set. Set க்கு எப்படி நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அதே போல we will be just using flower brackets. Remove all the spaces. You should not give any space over here, then it will say an error for you. So remove all the spaces and use it. Okay, so good, fine, thank God it's coming. Okay, so it's coming. So we have we'll just print the d value and see. So while printing, so you just see here, you'll be having a key value. One is a key value and you are having a one is a key and you have a Jimmy as a value. 2 is a key and you'll be having a value. So dictionary will always have a key value pair. So we
Excuse me, ma'am, you are not at all audible.
ma'am, it's not audible. One time, believe. You are muted. Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, now you are audible.
Okay. So somehow it gets muted. Okay, next we have the next data type is Boolean data type. So you all know Boolean data type, it takes two values. One is true, another one is false. So this is the wrapping up of your data types. So you have integer, float, complex. You have Boolean data types, string, list, tuples, set, and dictionary. Okay, so these are the various data types. And in Python, if you take the importance is given for indentation. In other languages, you don't give any importance for indentation. And suppose if you want to make something as a command, then you can comment it by using hash symbol. You can use comment. You can comment it, and indentation is whenever you are just going to have a block of statement. Blocks. So when you have a block of statement, then you have to comment. Then you have to do the indentation. So indentation is very, very important. Indentation na konjam thalli adipomla. So that is indent create பண்ணுவோம்ல. So that is very important. So we are just going to see some programs over here. So we'll just see the live. Suppose if you don't have any software, don't worry about it. You can directly go and do it as in the online interpreter. They'll say there's a compiler, but it's an interpreter. So directly you can go to online. If you don't have any software, don't worry about it. Just go online. There also you can type and get the result. So don't worry about not having a Python software. Okay. So here is the statement. You just give run. It gives you the result. So it's as simple as that. Now we are just going to see about the indentation here online. Okay. So even though we have offline, but we'll go online. So the command character I have said is you'll be using hash character as a command character. So suppose if you make something as hash, the interpreter will not interpret that. அது வந்து just எதுக்குன்னா டாக்குமெண்டேஷனுக்காண்டி நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். We'll just go online. So that will be very easy for us. So these are the two lines which gets commented already. So it is not displayed here, and the compiler is not, interpreter is not saying any error for you. Okay, this next one is type of operators. So I am not going to deeply discuss what the types of operators is about. So here, if you take the types of operators, we have arithmetic, comparison, assignment, logical, bitwise operator, and we have membership operator. That is whether this is presenting that in or not in. So these are the two operators, in or not in. That is the two unique operators that are used in Python. Identity operator is or is not. So this is another operator that is present in uniquely in Python. Matta languages la enala undo. So very same thing we'll be just having here. Okay. So next so we are just going to see all the listed set everything. Once we go into the statements and other things, we'll be just discussing about the list set also there. Okay, இது ஒரு கேட்டு வச்சு நம்ம வந்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணலாம். we will discuss it separately. Already we have done that, but அதாவது இன்னும் நம்ம டீடைலா பார்க்கிறதுக்கு these statements are going to be helpful for us. Okay, so first one is decision statement. Decision statement, you know that it is checking the condition. So just a very simple example is we'll just go for the online compiler. So I'll just make a is equal to some 100 if a greater than 10, then you just see the indentation. Automatically, suppose if you have the IDE, it will automatically put you the indentation. And the indentation இருக்கணும். அப்பதான் வந்து if வந்து if கூட உள்ள வந்து நீங்க உங்க மேடம் வந்து எப்பவும் சொல்லுவாங்க உள்ள தள்ளி அடி அப்பதான் நீட் ஃபார்மட்ல இருக்கு சொல்லுவாங்க. But in the case of Python, you have to do, otherwise it is an error. A is small. Okay, so A is small. We just run the program. A is small because we have given A is 100. So since A is 100, so I have to give A is greater, something, whatever we are just going to say. If this condition is going to be true, then it is going to get executed. So the syntax is very important. Other languages don't have this kind of syntax. If a greater than 10, then you have to put a colon over there. Okay, so that's what you have to do it. So whenever you are just going to put it inside, this is considered as a block. This is inside the block. You can have like this. Okay, this is inside the block. You can just run and see. Okay, this is inside the block. So suppose if I want to come out of the if block, what I have to do? Give the indentation here. It comes out. Okay, so the indentation says still that is present. That is considered as a block. சரியா? அது வந்து ஒரு if block, while block, for block அப்படி இருக்கு. So first வந்துட்டு I have seen many of the students making a mistake in considering if as a loop. Don't make the mistake after this workshop. Make it a point. At least take this one point. That is, if is not at all a looping statement, it is a conditional statement. It is not a looping statement. திருப்பி போவாது. Okay, va? So make it sure that most of the students I have seen they are making mistake here. So suppose if I am using if-else statement, I have to use this one. That is elif. So that is important. Elif. I'll just try to copy this and paste and run. Let us see whether it is giving any error or not. I'm sure that it will give an error. Because whenever we copy something, it will say an error for us. It's better, let me type. So it's giving a lot of errors. So let me type and see here. So we are having some value. A is equal to 10. B is equal to 20. If B greater than A, then what I am going to do is, see the indentation, it will do it automatically. So next one is, we are just putting going to put a elif. So put elif, elif A greater than B. Put see the indentation here. So it will automatically do it. Okay, since B is greater, it is going to give B is a greater value. It skips out the elif. Similarly, you can use else statement also. Else if anything you can use depending upon your need. So 3 statements are there. One is if, another one is if else, and the one is if elif. Again, this is a if ladder. Okay, you can move it as a if ladder. You can move. Similarly, next we are just going to see about the looping statement. Just I am going to show you the syntax because you people know the usage of while loop. I am not going to say what while loop is. So you know it is a, suppose if you want to repeat a set of statements, it is going to, you are just going to use while loop. So I'll just make it as a, I'll just clear this and I'll also clear this. I don't want this. So we can use a simple, it's very simple because in other languages we need to put semicolon, but of course here you will be just using what is that, colon. Just put the colon over here and then you just see the indentation, it automatically does the indentation. I is equal to I plus 1, otherwise it supports other languages like I plus equal to 1. I plus equal to 1. This also you can use. Let us see. See, it's quite easy. And suppose if I am not indenting this one, it will move into a infinite loop. So similarly, you can use. I just wanted to say you about the continuous statement because some people may have some difficulty in using continuous statement. So I'll be just saying you continuous statement and then I'll move on to for loop. So we'll go with the online compiler. That's quite easy for us. So no copying. So we have let us have like this. I'm just going to have a condition like if I equal to 4, then I'm just going to continue. Okay. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the value of I. And again, I'll be just having, don't put print here, print, put the print inside the while loop. Okay. So it is better I can put like this. This one is right, I think. Put an indentation here. Okay. Let me try to see that there is an error here. எப்பவுமே எரர் விடுறதுக்கு கவலையப்படக்கூடாது. So whenever you given you make an error, then only you learn. Otherwise, you will not learn. Okay. So the condition is so it prints when I is equal to 4. We are just not trying to print the value. We are just going to do the continuation. So we are not incrementing the value. So that is the problem. So I'll just try to make it like this and run and see what it's saying. Not incrementing. So I'm just making a mistake somewhere. If blocks comes out, once it comes out, we have to go to the next iteration. No, it should come out. Continue next iteration. Moves to the next iteration. Okay, right. So I'll just make here. Put okay. So whenever we make a mistake, we should see what the mistake we are committing. So இந்த இடத்துல வந்து நான் ஏன் I is equal to I plus 1 போட்டேன்னா எனக்கு வந்துட்டு இந்த கண்டினியூஸ் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வந்து நெக்ஸ்ட் ஐட்ரேஷனுக்கு போயிடும். நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, எப்பவுமே லூப்பிங் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வந்து அடுத்தடுத்த ஐட்ரேஷன் போயிட்டே இருக்கும். இப்போ கண்டினியூ போட்டோம் அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படின்னா இட் வில் ஸ்கிப் அவுட் ஆல் த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ் விச் ஆர் பிலோ. ஸோ என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா இந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டும் என்ன ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு சொன்னா ஸ்கிப் அவுட் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஸோ இந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டும் எனக்கு ஸ்கிப் அவுட் ஆயிட்டு அது என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்குன்னா வெளியில போயிடுச்சு. ஓகே, ஸ்கிப் அவுட் ஆயிட்டு எனக்கு வந்து என்ன மட்டும் தான் பண்ணணும்னா ஒரு ஐட்ரேஷனுக்கு மட்டும் தான் ஸ்கிப் அவுட் ஆகணும். அதுக்கு அடுத்த ஐட்ரேஷனுக்கு திருப்பி வரணும். அது என்ன பண்ணிருச்சு அப்படின்னா ஐ வந்து திருப்பி இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் ஆகாமலே போயிடுச்சு. அதனால நான் என்ன பண்ணேன், இந்த இடத்துல ஐயை இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கோ ஒரு தடவை சொல்லிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ஐ எம் ஜஸ்ட் கண்டினியூயிங் சோ தட் இட் மூவ்ஸ் டு த நெக்ஸ்ட் லூப். நெக்ஸ்ட் லூப் போடும்போது ஐயோட வேல்யூ வந்து ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி இட் பிகம்ஸ் 5. so it doesn't come into the if loop, it prints the value. ஓகே, சோ அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து பண்ணணும். லெஸ் தென் 6 கொடுத்திருக்கனால 5 ஓட நமக்கு நின்றுச்சு, 6க்கு வரல. So whenever you can make mistakes while doing a problem, you can make mistakes, but you have to learn from the mistake, where the mistake is happening, why the mistake is happening. அது நீங்க தெரிஞ்சிட்டீங்கன்னா ஈஸி உங்களுக்கு வந்து ப்ரோக்ராமிங் will be a lovable one. அது வந்து நீங்க வந்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரோக்ராமிங் பார்த்துட்டு யாருமே ஓட மாட்டாங்க. ஓகே, பட் யூ ஷுட் லேர்ன் என்ன நடக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க வந்து பார்க்கணும். என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இட்ஸ் குவைட் ஈஸி. So next loop, next one we are just going to see is about your for loop. So let us see for loop with list. With list we are just going to see the for loop. So again I am going to the online compiler. So we'll just have the list. List is equal to, don't give any space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we just have 7 or 8. N is equal to, we have given the value as 5, and we are just going to create a multiplication table. So I in list and put a put a colon, and the indentation is created automatically in your online compiler. So you online interpreter, and we'll be just having we are just calculating the value of calculating the value that is n c is equal to n cross I, and we are just printing the value. That's it. So suppose if you want to make it more beautiful, then meaningful, அப்படி பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னா I you can A star will be having a continuity with I star n equal to, I think it's, I'm just making some error. Okay. I'm making any mistakes and N is 5. I just wanted to print it like I. Let me put comma here. Let me see what it's saying. So I'll let you know later, okay? I don't want to waste your time. Just it's better you just print C now. Otherwise, we have another option also. We can also do it in another way. Like I'll be just printing C. I'll be just printing equal to star. I'll be just printing like this. So we have many options. We have many options. நம்ம தான் என்ன செய்யணும் எது வேணுமோ அதுக்கு தப்பில யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். Okay, right. I'll just try to do this. Okay, this is the first time I'm trying to do like this because I have a doubt over there. I star 5. We'll be just having 5 over here. Then we can just print. So let me see. Okay. Okay. Hi star equal to. I'm just trying to do. Okay. I'm just trying this. If it comes, it's okay. Otherwise, we just pass on to the next one. See. Okay, it's coming in the next line. So we have to make it as a one line. So that's what I tried to concatenate it, but it's not working. So later I will just say, okay, before the end of the seminar, I'll just make it right and I'll say, okay, the thing is we just wanted to print all these things and we just wanted to, I just wanted to command these things and I'm just, okay. Okay, the program is working. Okay, now extra potadala remove pannite. So the program is working. We are just trying to find the multiples of the listed elements, and we are just printing. Okay, that's it. Now it's okay for us. So work over string. எப்படி வந்து நம்ம நம்பர்ஸ்ல ஒர்க் பண்றோமோ ஃபார் லூப் அதே போல வந்து we can also use it over stringலயே நம்ம வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Okay, next one is array. So arrayக்கும் வந்து லிஸ்ட்டுக்கும் என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா arrayக்கும் லிஸ்ட்டுக்கும் வந்து will be just using the square brackets the same thing, but the thing is அங்க வந்துட்டு will be just having multiple values. That is numeric value also you can have string values, different values நீங்க வைக்கலாம். But இங்க வந்து we will be just creating numeric array separately and string array separately. So arrays la வந்து அதான் similar data type. It should have similar data type. So this is how we'll be just creating an array. It is having just printing the value. It is easy தான் ஆனாலும் just I just try to show you. So இந்த மாதிரி தான் நீங்க வந்து array வந்து create பண்ணுவீங்க. Don't give any space over here. Space இல்லாம நீங்க create பண்ணுங்க. And after that okay, that's it. So இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து array வந்து create பண்ணும்போது we'll be having, let me try to introduce one thing more. So it's accepting. It's considered as a list. It is not considered as an array. It is considered as a list. It is not considered as an array. So இப்போ வந்து இது array ஆ list ஆ அப்படினு சொல்லி பார்க்கிறதுக்கு we just see. So type is the one which is going to say give you the data type list. நான் சொன்னேன் பாத்தீங்களா? So since you are using different அத வந்து நீங்க ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணனும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. அது ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணாதனால அதுவே என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படி சொன்னா it is considering that as a array வந்து list எடுத்துக்குது because you are using different data types நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றீங்க. அதனால it is considered as a list. Okay. So next, I just wanted to introduce introduce function for you. So function, because Python supports all the modular programming, object-oriented programming, எல்லாமே support பண்ணுது. அப்போ modular programming வந்து we need to have functions. So any type of functions வந்து what is that? Your Python is going to support. It is going to support two types of function. One is a user-defined function, another one is predefined function. We all know user-defined function, like previously நாம வந்து set.pop அப்படின்னு ஒரு மெத்தட் பார்த்தோம். So list dot add அப்படின்னு ஒரு மெத்தட் பார்த்தோம். So these methods are add method, remove method. So those methods are example of built-in function. It is already available. So we can also define our own function. So that is just user-defined function. So we are just going to see how to define a function. So while you are defining a function, you should keep it in mind three things. One is the definition. That is, one is the prototype. Then one is the argument you are going to pass. Then body of the function. So you just keep these things in mind. That is, you'll be just having the prototype. You'll be having the function body, and you'll be having some arguments and a function call. Arguments with a function call. So let me give you a small example of a function. So first you have to define a function by using the keyword def. And I'm just going to define a function, give the function name, then parameter list you can have. So x is my parameter. Put a colon here. So put a colon here. Just I am going to print x star x, because this is what it is square. So I have done my prototype. மேல நீங்க define பண்றீங்களா? So that is a prototype. So my prototype is going to have the keyword as well as the function name and parameter list. And this one is the function body, which is nothing but only one statement, that is print x comma x, x star x. And then you have to call the function. So that is important. So this is the calling of function. So it takes one parameter. Because we are just passing one parameter, it takes one parameter, the function takes one parameter, so you have to pass one parameter. So that's it. So this is your function. So function on just to put the keyword, write the function name and pass the parameters. That's it. Then you have to write what are the tasks it is going to do. That's it. This is a very small function you can define, and this is very important. Just we are you are just passing the value. Here one parameter is given, so you are just giving one parameter. Suppose if I want to have two parameters and one as a default argument, I can also do that. It supports the default argument, so you can just say x star x, and you are just trying to print the value of 1. Okay, see, it doesn't say any error. இங்க வந்து நான் வந்து my squareல ஒரே ஒரு பாராமீட்டர் தான் பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கேன். அங்க வந்து ரெண்டு பாராமீட்டர் இருக்கு. ரெண்டு இருக்குல்ல, இங்க வந்து x இருக்கு, y இருக்கு. But it doesn't say any error because it takes y is equal to 10 as a default value. இங்க வந்துட்டு நீங்க இப்ப வந்து இப்ப வந்து suppose இங்க y கொடுத்திருக்கேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. If I put it will say an error because there is no default argument. Suppose if you have a default argument, then it's not a problem. Okay, then it's not a problem, it will run. Okay, so next thing I just wanted to say is you can also pass key value pairs. So for example, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. You just see, these are some unique things that this supports. So I'm just having y comma x. Okay, so now you see what happens. It takes it gives the, even though I am passing to value to that particular variable. So this other programming languages doesn't do. So this is the only programming language that does this. Okay, so when you pass the value, if the variable name is there, it passes the value to this particular variable. So that you can do. This is a unique thing which is present. And also you can return from this function. So you can return something from the function that I just explain you now. So I just wanted to, instead of printing here, I can use a written statement. So suppose if I am using a written statement, only one thing I have to do, I just make it as a one variable, one parameter function. So here you have to, what it is happening is I'm just going to pass a value, and it is going to call this function, and it's going to return a value. There I'm going to place the value. So that is very, very important. Where I'm going to place the value is important. Okay. So for that, what I can do is I can just store it in a variable called result, and I can print the value. Otherwise, what I can do is, so otherwise you can also directly put print off. இது வந்து எதுக்கு கொடுத்திருக்கேன்னு சொன்னா, ஒருவேளை நீங்க ரிட்டர்ன் பண்றீங்கன்னா hold that value in a place. அதுக்கு தான் இந்த ரிசல்ட். Hold that value in a place. Okay, அந்த மாதிரி ஹோல்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க வந்து பிரச்சனை இல்லை. Suppose if I am not holding, I am just throwing the value return. So it will not do anything. எங்க போயிட்டு அதை பிரிண்ட் பண்ணணும்? So print பண்ண முடியாது. அந்த வேல்யூ வந்து it gets thrown somewhere. Okay, அதனால always இது வந்து இதுல எரர் சொல்லல. மத்தபடி with other programming languages it's same error. Okay, so this is how you'll be just defining a function. The difference is here you don't specify any return type. Usually நீங்க return type specify பண்ணுவீங்கல method functionsல. இதுல வந்து நீங்க specify பண்ணனும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. ஓகேவா? So Python has so many functions. So I have taken you and given you one example, that is a format function, which is going to give a particular format for this. It is better, let me try this one. Onne podum nenage, other things you can easily follow. I'll just share the PPT with you. You can just try out the things. Okay. So onnu mattum நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். So how the formatting is, format function is an example of predefined function. Okay, பாருங்க, அது வந்து 12ங்கிறது வந்து நம்பர் நான் கொடுத்திருக்கேன். But what I have said is format this 12 into a binary value. So அது என்ன பண்ணிடுச்சு, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா 12 ஓட binary value வந்து எனக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கு. So similarly we can use this function. இந்த மாதிரி you have hundreds of functions present in Python. So you can use different functions. As I cannot say everything in one workshop, I'm leaving those things to you. And this one also I would like to share, that is filter function. So we'll just see the filter function also. கொஞ்சம் யூனிக்கா இருக்கிற ஃபங்க்ஷன் வந்து நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். Everything, more number of functions are unique, but what I am trying to say is one or two unique functions will be okay. I'm just going to define a function. So this is a function we people are defining, and we are just setting it. It's better I may not say this one. I'll just say another one. Add another one function. Yeah, this one. Okay, this function will be seen. Because that is an example of which I have shown earlier, is an example of both predefined function and user defined function together. அப்புறம் நீங்க ரொம்ப உலம்பிடுவீங்க. அதனால we'll just have a simple program which says you about the filter function. Okay. See here, so it is just filtering all the numbers which are non-zero. So இந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு 5 விட்டுட்டு மத்த நம்பர் எல்லாம் ஃபில்டர் பண்ணனும், 5 மட்டும் ஃபில்டர் பண்ணனும். சோ இந்த மாதிரி 1 மட்டும் என்ன ஃபில்டர் பண்ணனும். சோ அந்த மாதிரி என்னென்ன நமக்கு வேணுமோ அதெல்லாம் நம்ம ஃபில்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகே, இதுல இன்னொரு யூனிக்னஸ் என்னன்னு சொன்னா, டைரக்டா நான் ஃபில்டர் பண்ணிட்டு அப்படியே நான் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, அப்படியே பிரிண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. சப்போஸ் யூ ஜஸ்ட் see I am just trying to print like this. So இந்த மாதிரி நான் பிரிண்ட் பண்றேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோ, it will not give any first see here it says an error. இந்த print statement வந்து வர்க் ஆகாது. Okay, ஏன் வர்க் ஆகாதுன்னு சொன்னா, we have to, that is a object, we have to make that object in the desired format. நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு சொன்னா, ஃபில்டர் பண்ணி everything should be converted into a list ன்னு லிஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன். And after that I am just printing the list. Okay va? So அதனால எப்பவுமே நீங்க ஃபில்டர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it should be made into some other data type நம்ம கன்வர்ட் பண்ணிட்டு, and after that you have to print. So that is more important. So next one I just wanted to say is the lambda function. So lambda function is unique function. It is an anonymous function. You can pass any number of arguments and you can have only one expression. Any number of arguments வந்து நம்ம பாஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதுல வந்து ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் வந்துச்சுன்னா போட்டிங்கன்னு சொன்னா அந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷனை வந்து இவாலுவேட் பண்ணி நமக்கு ரிசல்ட் கொடுக்கும். So that is the unique function that is present in Python. So அது வந்து நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். So 1 and 2 ரெண்டுமே நம்ம பார்த்தோம்னா it will take just a couple of minutes. So அதனால அது மட்டும் நம்ம பார்க்கணும். That online compile is quite easy. Make sure that there are no errors and no spaces while you are just copying. Make sure, sorry, okay, x is equal to lambda a plus 1. Am I right with the format? Okay. Okay, that's it. If we are just having only one parameter, a is the parameter. You can go in for more number of parameters, comma b. We can put more number of parameters you can have. So what I will do is, okay, I'm making some mistake over. No mistakes. So we can pass any number of parameters. இதுதான் நான் சொல்றேன், lambda-க்கு வந்து எத்தனை parametersனால நீங்க பாஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஆனா you will be having only one expression to evaluate. அந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷனை வந்து evaluate பண்ணி x-ல வந்து ஸ்டோர் ஆயிடும். And after that you have to print the value. அந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் lambda function கால் பண்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னு சொன்னோம்னா, அந்த ரிசல்டன்ட் வேரியபிள் parameter வந்து எத்தனை நம்பர் ஆஃப் parameters நீங்க பாஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களோ lambda-க்கு அத்தனை நம்பர் ஆஃப் parameters you have to pass. So that's very important. Okay, Python lambda is over. Now I am just going to say about module. So functions முடிச்சிட்டோம். Next வந்து we are just going to have module. And module வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, suppose ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம், நான் வந்து ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் ஸ்கொயர் ப்ரோக்ராம் ஒரு இடத்துல எழுதி வச்சிருக்கேன். But I need in my another program the square function எனக்கு தேவைப்படுது. Square is a one line function. Suppose if I have some 20 lines of code in one particular program, and the 20 lines எனக்கு வேணும்னு சொன்னா, I need not go and again write the 20 lines. Instead of that, I can save that as a Python program, and after that I can import that Python program to another other programs. So let us do. It's a very simple program. I'm just going to say you. So we are just going to define one function. So now I take offline programming because I just wanted to save it now. So first வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா, we are just going to define a function. So this is a function. So let me see whether it's having any error or not. So it is. Put a check module. Okay. So I'll just put my sample dot Python. Okay. Save it. So there is some indentation problem. Indent. So print statement again it should have this. It is better I put PAR allowed. Okay, fine. This my sample Python is okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have another one new program. New file. I just open a new file, and in that new file I'll just import what is the name I have given for this, my sample. Okay, my sample. So here I have to, I'll be just calling my sample dot print okay, and this I will start. It's right. I'll say this. Save this program. I'll try to run this module. And this module. So see here, you get the Christopher College, which is not present here. Actually, this function is present somewhere. So we can also make that function to have more number of statements. ஒரு statement வச்சு print பண்ணிருக்கேன். You can have more number of statement. The only thing here, the important thing is you have to have those Python functions in the same directory as you have your mysample program. MySample program and the MyTest program should be in the same directory. If those things are not in the same directory, then you have to set the path of the module. நீங்க வந்து MyTest ன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு MySample ன்னு ஒரு தனியா ஒரு Python program கிரியேட் பண்ணி வச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா அந்த ப்ரோக்ராமும் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமும் சேம் ஃபோல்டர்ல இருக்கணும். சேம் ஃபோல்டர்ல இல்ல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா பாத் வந்து நீங்க செட் பண்ணணும். என்விரான்மென்ட் வேரியபிள்ல பாத் செட் பண்ணணும். ரெண்டு எந்த பாத்ல போய் அது எடுத்து வரணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. Otherwise it will not recognize. So only I have saved both the program in the both the Python program in the same directory. Same directory la irundha you can import and you can directly use. Next one concept I just wanted to say you is files. With that I will finish. I think class and files will just see. Okay. We have seen modular programming, we have seen function oriented programming, then we will be just seeing object oriented programming also. It is supported by Python. So we are just going to see how to create a small class and how to create an object and how to access the object. So we'll just go with the online compiler now. Okay, we'll just finish it off within that. So this is my class. You have to define the class. Here you have to define the variables. So what are the variables you want to define? What are the functions you want to define? Everything you can do it here. And after that, come out of the indentation and you create your variable. Suppose A is equal to my class. Sorry. A is equal to my class. You can create. And suppose if I want to print the value, then you can print it by using a.x. Similarly, you can. So this is how we'll be just creating your class, and here you are just using the class. So creating the class and using the class are very easy. As we do in C++, we'll be just creating the member variables and member function. Here also you have constructor. So for constructor, you'll be using this. I don't want to put more dump your head, so I didn't say this, but I have shared the things in the PPT. So there you have a definite method. It is a constructor, so it is called automatically whenever you are just going to create the object. The x is equal to person on the call panna one automatically John and Doe வந்து எதுல பாஸ் ஆயிடும்னா self ல f name and l name ல வந்து பாஸ் ஆயிடும். The first parameter is self. So நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்கன்னா அதுக்கு அப்புறம் இந்த செல்ஃபோட f name லையும் l name லையும் நீங்க எதை ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிட்டீங்க, உங்களோட f name l name நீங்க ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. And after that this is the function. This is the example of a function. Function இப்பதான் படிச்சிட்டு வந்தோம். def னு keyword, ரெண்டாவது வந்து function name, மூணாவது வந்து parameter list நம்ம பாஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். So in the print function there we are just printing the value. Okay, so we just print the value. So in the madri we can define the classes. Next one is files. Files are nothing but suppose if you want to store something permanently, then we can use files. So files also will just be offline. So I just try to create a file. So you have various forms of creating a file, like reading mode, writing mode. So different modes you can create. Appending mode. So suppose if you are going to create a file in the writing mode, it will clear all the content and it will open the file newly. Suppose if you are going to open it in the read mode, it is going to create the file and you can read the file. And suppose if you want to like append, already there some contents are there, you want to append the content, then you can open the file accordingly. So first we are just going to create a file in the write mode. So we'll just create the file in the write mode. So this is the syntax for creating the file. Give a file name, that is give a variable, open, give a file name, in what mode you are opening. So that's what you have to specify. In what mode you are just opening. And then we are just going to write the content. So what are the content you want to write in the file? You just write. And after that, we are just going to close the file. Okay, so I think I have. So I'll close all the windows. I'll open a. So open a, don't save it here. We just create a new file. First, we'll just check the module whether it's right. Somewhere there is a syntax error. Okay, it's okay, fine. So we are just going to run the program. So the file contents gets written to the file. In the file demo file 2.txt file okay, suppose the file content is written properly or not in Pakradiki, we can just go open the file in the read mode and you can just check it out whether the file contents are written correctly. So we'll just surely get an error. We'll just try to rectify all those errors. Suppose if you are going to try the things which are dealt in the PowerPoint, even though if you copy and paste, you will get an error. Okay. So make sure that you are typing the content again. Retype the content. Okay. Okay. So we have written the things to the file, and we are just reading the file and showing that the file content has been has more content. Okay. Suppose if you want to append the content, then you have to do like this. See here, 2 times it is written. So already one time I have written while creating the file. Then since I am appending the file, it is just giving it 2 times. So similarly, you can create files also. So the last topic I just wanted to discuss is exception. With the exception, we'll just close. So exception is nothing but so far we have seen the programming side. Suppose if any error happens while writing the program and if it is not captured during the compilation time or while you are interpreting, it will not show an error. So நான் வந்து programmatically நான் வந்து logically நான் error விட்டேனா எது கண்டுபிடிக்காதுன்னு சொன்னா அது கண்டுபிடிக்காது. So internal runtime la vandittu error happen. Sometimes an error happens during the runtime. Like so here there is an example given. So in the example la vandittu pathingana sonna there is a possibility of having a runtime error. A by b போடும்போது suppose நான் b ஓட value 0 போட்டேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. So there is a possibility of getting a divide by 0 error. So இந்த மாதிரி error வந்துச்சுன்னு சொன்னா you should know your programming is correct. Interpreter தப்பு சொல்லாது, and after that while you are running the program gets stuck up. So இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு programming எழுதும்போது it should not get stuck up. It should say the error and it should smoothly the program should get ended. எப்பவுமே abruptly program வந்து end ஆகக்கூடாது. It should smoothly end. For making the program to run smoothly, even if error happens, we'll be using the exception handling technique. Okay, we'll be using exception handling technique. So we'll just see this example program. So I'll just make it here. The online compiler will just see. So it's quite easy program. So here again, new function I'm introducing how to get an input. Okay, we don't know. So far we have not seen how to get an input. For that only I have used this as an example. So we can use the input function to get the input. So while getting the input, always the input is read in the form of a string. So we have to convert that string into integer. So only we have used this typecasting int. So we have three concepts over here. One is using an input function, using a typecasting operator, and that is exception handling. So ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் படிக்கும் போது அதுல நிறைய கான்செப்ட்ஸ் இருக்கும். அதனால எப்பவுமே என்ன பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னா ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராமிங் படிக்கும் போது அது என்னென்ன கான்செப்ட்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம எல்லா கான்செப்ட்ஸும் படிச்சிட்டோம்னா we can apply one program for different கான்செப்ட்ஸ். அது வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஈஸி இல்ல, குவைட் ஈஸி இல்ல. சோ அதனால நீங்க வந்து இந்த மாதிரி நீங்க it is not better, it's better let me put like this. The percentage இல்ல போடணும் அவசியம் இல்ல. A by B print C. Okay, it's enough. Print C. So I'll just try to run the program. So it is asking, it is prompting you to give a value. So let me first smoothly run the program. So if I press enter, it asks for the second value. So if I give, it's going to give me super value, that is 0.5. So I'm just trying to run the program again. So where I put 12 and I am going to give 0, it says an error. So no program should end like this. Adhuve error throw panni end panna koodadu. So we have to handle that error. So for handling the error, we are just going to use this exception handling concept. So this exception handling concept is to be having try and except block. In the try block, you place all the coding where you are expecting an error. இப்போ வந்து நான் வந்து C is equal to A by B ல தான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ற எரர் வரும்னு சொல்லிட்டு, அதனால you just put that particular statement in the try block, and in the exception you can write what I have to do if this exception happens. அது எழுதிடும். Okay, there I have to write what I have to do while this exception happens. So I'll just go to this place. So I'll just put this inside the try block. Okay, then I'll put this try, then except. I'll put print divide 0. Then I'll just try to print here in the exception itself. I'll just no, if there no error happens, then I can print C value. No, so it is better I can put like this. Okay. Here. So if the error happens here in this line, it automatically comes to the except. So we'll just free 12 and 0. See here, it doesn't print the value, but the exception is happening and it moves to the except block and it is just say divide 0. That's it. So we are smoothly ending the program. So that's what it is expected. We should always make the program to end very smoothly. Okay, so the program is ended, fine. So this is what it is said as exception handling. Okay, girls. If you want, I can also say some libraries. We have a more number of libraries present in Python. As we are exploring only the basics, I just wanted to wind up with this. And if you have any doubts or if you want to say about only one package, I'll just say. Otherwise, we'll just wind up. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience caused by the. It's not be. I don't know why it happened. Usually it will not happen, but today it happened. My laptop Zoom went off, and also power was going off here more openly because we don't have any UPS for this particular system where we have the net facility. And we have other facilities over there. I didn't expect this. Otherwise, I would have chosen another place. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience.
It's okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is it okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Students, are there any queries regarding it? No queries.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. We shall end up. Nidisha? And the feedback link will be sent in the chat box, girls. Just note it down, okay? Give correct details, fill it up with correct details.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, here. இது அப்படியே ஆன் பண்ணி நினைக்கிறேன்.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us with your knowledge. We learned a lot about the concept of Python programming from your lecture. Thank you, ma'am. Now we come to the end of this program. I would like to invite Mrs. Rosalie Jabba, the Assistant Professor of Computer Science Department, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Christopher Arts and Science College Computer Science Department, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks. I thank our respected chief guest and our resource person, Dr. J. Ruby ma'am, to take out time from her busy schedule. We are enlightened with your knowledge and presence, ma'am. I extend my gratitude to the respected chairman, Mr. Praveen Christopher sir, our secretary ma'am, Mrs. Angel Praveen, and our principal, Dr. Roshan Jason, for their enthusiastic support. A special thanks to our HOD ma'am, Mrs. Cheryl Skyman, and our students, especially Nija and Nebisha, for providing the support to make this webinar successful. Last but not least, I thank our participants from various colleges for their active participation. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. We'll end this.